આયુષી, ભાવિન, મારો અવાજ સંભળાય છે બેટા? Okay, thank you. So let's start today's class. Let's have a quick revision. I hope you can see the slides as well. So we started with Vish Utvish introduction. Then we have finished a few of the drugs. So there are around 11 to 14 herbal plants which falls under either Vish group or Upvish group. The first one is Vatsnab, Aconitum ferox. Vatsnab is considered as very potent medicine and it is under Visha Dravya group. Second one is Kuchla, Nux vomica or Vishatinduk. Third one is Jaipal, Croton tinglium. Fourth one, Datura metal, Daturo, જેને ગુજરાતીમાં કહીએ. Next one is weed, Bhanga, Bhang. Next to Bhanga, Bhang is Semicarpus anacardium, Bhallatak. After Bhallatak, this is ચણોઠી, ગુજરાતીમાં આને ચણોઠી કહેવાય. Ambelia ribes. Sorry, Abrus pictorius. Next one is Arka, Arka Kshira and Snuhi Kshir. So there are two herbal plants. The part used is Kshira, latex of the plant, Snuhi Kshir and Arka Kshir. Next one is Gloria superba, Langli. After Langli, next one is Karvira, Karen in Gujarati. And this one is opium, a fiend. Next to opium is Chitrak, Chitrakadi Vati, આપણે ખૂબ વાપરીએ છીએ in routine. And this is toxic symbol as defined by Directive 67 by 548. એટલે ક્યાંય પણ આવો symbol હોય, that means it is danger, poison. As we always say this, poison will either kill you or it can heal you if we can control the evil effects. Next is different types of poison: medicinal poison, agricultural poison, environmental or industrial poison. In this group, there are some metals, heavy metals: lead, mercury, arsenic and cadmium. And out of these four, we use lead, mercury and arsenic as very potent medicines. There are few household poisons which we use very frequently, almost daily, but we do not know that they are corrosive or they are poisonous, like bleaching powder, insecticides, rodenticides, disinfectants, the body sprays what we use daily. And there are some natural poisons like scorpion, snake, fish, and then comes plants. So there are several plants which can be poisonous. Out of those hundreds of plants, Ayurveda has described around 11 to 14 plants as very potent medicines. If the evil effect or poisonous effects are controlled, they can be very much useful as medicines. Then comes two types of toxicity: acute toxicity and chronic toxicity. It may be affecting any of the body system. Mostly it affects respiratory tract, cardiovascular, and nervous system very commonly. There is basic difference between chronic and acute toxicity. Normally, acute toxicity occurs within single dose and affects within first 2 hours to 4 days, and it is typically higher than chronic. The dose are higher normally, and symptoms may be reversible if we can diagnose well in time. If we can give them antidotes well in time, then we can control acute toxicity. Whereas chronic toxicity affects are very, I mean, it affects over very long period. It may be after a month or maybe years. Sometimes some of the medications or some of the pesticides or insecticides what we consume daily indirectly by our food items, so it may produce chronic toxicity. So it may take years to get diagnosed or to become toxic. And normally, because it is chronic, it is because of daily consumption of some toxins for years, so it is not reversible. And then we had a quick look, I mean, detailed discussion about this story of Samudra Manthan, Vish versus Amrit, Lord Dhanvantari, the Lord of Ayurveda. He is always having one Amrit comb in his hands whenever we see his picture. And Lord Shiva, who took all the poisonous substances, and kept under his throat. But during that Dev versus Danav Samudra Manthan episode, some of the drops were departed into roots, leaves, water, or metals. So that's how it is divided into 13 different parts. So there are typically two types: Sour Vish and Jangam Vish, and Vish and Upvish. So there is one more Sour along with Sour and Jangam Vish. Third one is Garvish. So the toxicity part you will learn in third year. Here we are more focused towards Shodhan and Maran and formulations of these poisonous substances. I am repeating this very carefully and almost third or fourth time that all these plants fall under Schedule E1 of Drug and Cosmetic Act. This Drug and Cosmetic Act has very clearly mentioned that any of these plants should always be consumed under medical supervision. Medical supervision, that means under a qualified Vaidya supervision. That's why you guys are supposed to learn this very carefully, right from the medicinal use, the contraindications, adverse effects or adverse drug reaction, acute and chronic toxicity of all these medications. So out of these plants, we have covered almost half of the plants, and when it comes to the metal origin, we have covered almost all these metals or minerals like Gauri Pashan, Hartal, and Manashila. They are arsenic containing products, and I have repeatedly taught you this in previous classes about arsenicosis and arsenic toxicity. Second group is Parad group, mercury group, like Parad, Ras Karpur, Hingul. These are containing mercury in different forms. All of them are toxic if they are not properly purified or properly processed. And third one is having copper in copper sulfate form. Then that is Mayur Tut is again very much toxic. On the contrary, Mayur Tooth Jal is also used as medicine for stomach wash. And likewise, this red oxide of lead, Sindur, is also under this group. So overall, there are around 21 poisons we use in different medicines of Ayurveda. And as we have discussed in detail, there are Vish Dravyas are always Ojo Kshaikar. And if you see the table, the gun of Vish and gun of Oj are almost exactly opposite. So do's and don'ts, and then Vatsanab in detail. We have learned almost everything about Vatsanab in previous classes. Shodhan of Vatsanab. After Shodhan, we have observed that after Ayurvedic Shodhan, the toxins from Vatsanab are removed very effectively, and most commonly used yog of Vatsanab are Hinguleshwar Ras, Anand Bhairav Ras, and Tribhuvan Kirti Ras. And they are in our OPD as well as in our practical list. And all the products which contains Vatsanab, it is contraindicated for Bal, that is Balak, child or children. Ativrud means a very old age, Garbhini during pregnancy, Atikshina Gatra, Yakshma, Krodhit, and Ruddhaurbalya. So a cardiac patient should not take any products which contains Vatsanab. If still it is required to use, then it should be used for very short duration. And apathya are Katu, Amla, Lavan, containing food products like pizzas, pastas, Maggi, etc. Tel, Divaswap, Agni, Atap, you should avoid, or patient should avoid during consumption of Vatsanab containing products. Next one is Kupilu. In Kupilu, mainly strychnine and brucine are the alkaloids which we need to control. And that's why, and as if you remember, I had shown you one video, the evil effects of strychnine. What happens if we apply or we inject into frog? Almost central nervous system is badly affected, and that's why the Shodhan is very much important. And for Shodhan, we can use Kanji or Go Dugd or Go Mutra by different methods like Swedan or roasting or frying. And next is Jaipal. Jaipal has paryay like Jaipal, Sarak, Rechak, Vibhedan, and Maladravi. So it is very potent as Virechak Dravya. But always remember, Jaipal always produce colicky pain. Patient will have severe pain in abdomen. પેટમાં એકદમ ગુડગુડાટ થાય અને પેટમાં ખેંચાતી હોય એવી તકલીફ પડે. એટલે જયપાલ વાળી પ્રોડક્ટ્સ one should always use with proper knowledge and proper care. It is very much effective. One of the active part of Jaypal is scrotin, and this scrotin is a stable oil. There are several methods given, around 6-7 methods given for Shodhan of Jaypal. For this, out of all of them, the method which contains Godugd and Tankan, both, it is very much effective. Next one is Dattur. Dattura metal. Shodhan of Dattur is done with the help of Dola Yantra, and liquid should be filled is either Godugd or Gomutra, and then it is supposed to be washed with warm water. There are many products, very popular products in the market. The best example is Kanakasav. So Kanakasav is a kind of choice of drug to treat asthma patients, difficulty in breathing. Next one is Unmad Gajankush Ras. Unmad Gajankush Ras can control the Unmad when patient is hyperactive and one cannot control his madness or psychosis. In such cases, Unmad Gajankush Ras or the drugs which contains Dhatu can be useful to control the patient's aggression. The next drug is bhanga, bhang. હિન્દીમાં ગાંજો, ગુજરાતીમાં પણ એને ગાંજો કહે. And charas, resin of leaves and fruits. There are many paryay like bhangi, matula, matini, matika, matuli, vijaya, tandra karani, bahukhadini. Some one of you may have tried it on the day of Shivaratri. It is believed that it was very much popular for, Lord Shiva used to use bhanga or ganja. Even if you go to Girnar, some of the Naga sadhus, they use ganja or bhanga as their daily consumption. It is a narcotic, it falls under Narcotic Act as well. So it is not commonly used these days. Otherwise, many of the herbal formulation contains bhanga as one of the key ingredient. As you can see, the leaves of bhanga are dried, shade dried properly, and then, as we can see, like bolus-like product is prepared with the help of bhanga leaves, and it is consumed. Just a pinch of bhanga in different forms. Bhanga is known as marijuana, and it is banned almost all across the world. Some of the states in United States, they have legally permitted as medicine, but because marijuana or marijuana is used, either it is abused, because it has interesting effect of euphoria. કોઈ ભાંગ પીએ ને એટલે એને યુફોરિયા થાય. You may have seen the તારક મહેતા episode, જ્યારે જેઠાલાલને ભાંગ પીવડાવી દીધી હતી. It is very, probably the most commonly or popular episode of Tarak Mehta. So એમાં એ બતાવી હતી એની euphoria effect. It has some cognitive effects. Sometimes food intake is very much high. Normally કોઈ પેશન્ટ એક રોટલી કે બે રોટલી, કોઈ વ્યક્તિ એક રોટલી કે બે રોટલી ખાતા હોય તો એને બદલે 10 રોટલી ખાઈ જાય, 20 રોટલી ખાઈ જાય, અને જે મૂડમાં હોય એ મૂડ એને euphoric feel કરે. Like if someone is crying, then he will keep crying. If someone is very much angry, then his anger will increase almost 10 times. Sometimes the delirium or verbal behavior, બોલવાનું ચાલુ કરે તો એ સતત બોલ જ કર્યા કરે, until the effects are reduced. Serum level પર જ્યારે ભાંગ ઓછી થાય ત્યાં સુધી એનું repetitive behavior ચાલુ ને ચાલુ રહે. According to the history, modern history available, it is available since, the history of bhanga is available or known to the Western world since 90s. 19મી સદીથી ડિટેલમાં એની બધી માહિતીઓ ઉપલબ્ધ છે. In 1926, newspaper articles link marijuana to crime. જે લોકોને marijuanaની આદત પડી ગઈ છે, those who are addicted and they don't get it, then they will commit crimes to get by hook or crook. એને marijuana જોઈએ એટલે જોઈએ જ. And that's how it was declared unconstitutional, and it should not be used. It is not permitted now to use it for daily purpose. I hope I am audible. The most effective alkaloid of bhanga is cannabinoids, and cannabinoids affects our brain cells. સારી બાજુની વાત કરીએ તો bhanga is a very potent medicine as painkiller and skin cancer especially. So bhanga, some of the yoga are used to control pain, especially in cancer patients. And in skin cancer, the lap of bhanga is very much useful. Some of the researchers are working on the lepan of bhanga for skin cancer. Coming back to the Rasashastra part, leaves are squeezed after soaking in water for some time and then fried properly with gogurt. ગાયના ઘી સાથે એને properly fry કરી લેવાના. Leaves are boiled in bubble bath for 3 hours and then dried in sunlight. And thus, this can be used as Kamodipan or aphrodisiac after levication with Godugdha. The most commonly used medicine, one of them is Madanodai Modak. It is believed that Bhanga is very much Vajikar, or it is very good for getting proper sleep, quality sleep. So in less dose, it can be used for such purposes. Next is Ballatak, Semicarpus anacardium, Bilamo, or માર્કર્સ નટ. કદાચ તમે લોકોએ ધોબીની દુકાનમાં જોયું હોય કે એનાથી ધોબી કપડા પર નિશાન કરે. ગ્રાહ્યતા ઇસ પક્વ, નિરક્ષિપ્તમ નિમજ્જંતી. એટલો પાકેલો હોય ભીલામો કે પાણીમાં નાખો નિરક્ષિપ્ત નિમજ્જંતી તો એ પાણીમાં ડૂબી જાય. It is very much hot in nature, અતિ ઉષ્ણ. Reaction of its oil can produce daha, vrana over skin and visarpa in mouth. Patient ने आखा फेस पर सोजा आवी जाए के हाथમાં boils થઈ જાય. Fruits are wrapped in clean cloth with istika churna and rubbed and then washed with hot water. Swedan in Dolayantra filled with Narikel Jal. Give me 1 minute. I will try to show you one video.
चिकित्सक की सलाह के अनुसार और उसकी देखरेख में ही ऐसे प्रयोग करें दोस्तों, क्योंकि इसके जो उपद्रव होते हैं वो बहुत ही भयंकर होते हैं, इससे आपको बहुत ही नुकसान पहुंचा जा सकता है। दोस्तों ये देखिए, ये है बिलावा, जिसको बल्लातक बोलते हैं। संस्कृत में इसको अग्निमुख बोलते हैं, क्योंकि ये बहुत ही गर्म तासीर का और बहुत ही उष्णवीर्य होता है, इसीलिए इसको अग्निमुख बोलते हैं। दोस्तों बिलावा होता है, उसको शुद्ध करने के लिए सबसे पहले जो इसके बहुत से तरीके बताए गए, लेकिन हम एक प्रसिद्ध व्यंजी का तरीका अपनाएंगे जिसको अपना के बिलावा को शुद्ध करेंगे। और वैसे तो नॉर्मली ये बताया जाता है कि बिलावा को ऊपर से काट के ईंट के चूर्ण में दबा दो और उसके बाद घी में भून लो तो वो शुद्ध हो जाता है। लेकिन हम क्या करेंगे, उसको एक दिन हम गोमूत्र में भिगोएंगे, उसके बाद उसे दूध में भिगोएंगे और उसके बाद सारी प्रोसेस आज आपको बताऊंगा। थोड़ा वीडियो लंबा हो जाए तो अगर आपको इसको साफ करूंगा, दूध में डालेंगे, इस तरह से 3 बार इस प्रोसेस को हम करेंगे कर सकते हैं। आप ये मत सोचना कि मैं विकारों को ये पूरी तरह ठीक कर मैं दे मूत्र बाद इसको। दोस्तों ये नॉर्मल प्रोसेस है, इस तरह से आप सारे बिलावों को काट लें, पूरा तरह आप कटिंग कर लें। उसके बाद ये काफी तेल निकलता है, मैंने 2-3 तो यकीन मानिए हाथों का बचा के रखना बहुत जरूरी है। अगर आपके हाथ में तेल लगता है तो उसका साइड इफेक्ट है वो अचानक नहीं आता, धीरे धीरे आपको महसूस होता है। उसके बाद हम इसको ईंट में दबाएंगे, तो इसको मैं जैसे 2-3 तरह की ईंटें आती हैं। एक अच्छी क्वालिटी की ईंट आती है जो बहुत पतली होती है, वो कूदने में बहुत हल्का होता है, उसको ईंट के ऊपर रगड़ना होता है, इससे उसका देख देख के आप बिल्कुल मत कीजिए, क्योंकि इससे कोई भी साइड इफेक्ट हो सकता है। तो बिलावे को अलग कर लेते हैं।
So the basic concept for Bilatak Shodhan is to remove the oily part, oil content from the seeds or fruits of balatak. એના માટે તમને જે પ્રત્યુત્પન્નથી તમને જે પ્રોપર મેથડ લાગે એ તમે યુઝ કરી શકો, because the oil content of balatak is very much ushna and can produce dah and vrana. આપણામાંથી અમુક લોકોએ આ પ્રેક્ટિકલ ઓલરેડી કરેલો પણ છે. Properties are katu tikta, virya ati ushna, karma, kruminasan, balya, shulagna, etc. Even in Charak Samhita, Balatak Rasayan is mentioned as one of the best Rasayan after Trifla Rasayan. It is wonderful Vajikaran, also used for Kushta patient as well. And these days, many products for treating cancer, it contains Balatak. Like there is one Enacarnex in the market. Enacarnex ના પણ બહુ સરસ રિઝલ્ટ મળે છે for different types of cancer patients, especially જ્યાં કફ દોષ પ્રધાન હોય ત્યાં. Next one is Gunja, Chanothi, Ebrus pictorius. There are paryay like Rakta, Raktika, Tamrika, Krishnachudika, Uchchata, Billabhushanik, etc. Different varieties based on the color are Shweta, Rakta and Krishna, and Vishakta Ang is Bij. If it is not properly purified, it produces Vanti, that is vomiting, or Tivra Rechan, that is Virechak effect, if it is not properly purified and used in higher quantity. So it should always be properly purified with the help of Godugdha in Dolayantra, and Swedan process should be done for 6 hours. If you don't have Godugdha ready, then you can use Kanji as well. Properties are Vajikaran, Balvardak, Urustambhar. Now this Urustambhar is a very typical property. Urustam is a kind of stiffness of Uru. Stiffness of our femur bone, a femur bone. બેસવાની જગ્યા પર એકદમ સ્તંભ થઈ જાય. A patient cannot move at all. In such condition, Gunjadi tel can be useful. Leaves are Shodhar, Amvat Nashan and Vednahar. Flower resin, Swarbhed Shaman. કદાચ તમે લોકોએ જોયું હશે કે ચનોઠીના પાન લોકો મોઢું આવી જાય ત્યારે ચનોઠીના પાન ચાવવા એ ટ્રેડિશનમાં છે. Chewing of leaves of gunja is in our tradition, especially in Gujarat, and it is very much useful in mouth ulcers. There are formulations like Gunjadi tel, Gunja Badra Ras, etc. available in the market. Gunjadi tel is a wonderful medicine to treat Indralupt. માથામાં જે ઉંદરી હોય, ઉંદરી, I hope you know, આખું માથું ટાલ્યું નહીં પણ એક કોઈ પણ સ્પેસિફિક એરિયા જ્યાં આગળ ફંગલ ઇન્ફેક્શન લાગેલું હોય, and that produces a round surface area. It may be of 1 centimeter or it may be of 2 to 3 inches. Alopecia areata. So to treat alopecia areata, this Gunjadi tel is wonderful medicine. One can confidently treat this condition with the help of Gunjadi tel or other oils which contains gunja. Next one is Ark Kshir. Ark આકડો. હનુમાનજીને આપણે જે માળા ચડાવીએ છીએ, દાંડિયા હનુમાન જે લોકો જતા હશે એને ખબર હશે, બારે આકડાની માળા લઈને લોકો વેચતા હોય છે અને હનુમાનજીને આપણે we offer Ark to Lord Hanumanji. There are 2 paryas like Ravi Kshir or Surya Kshir. It can be used to treat Udar Rog, Krumi and Gudanku, that is Arsha, etc. According to Bhav Prakash, it is Arsho and Visham Hanti. Arsha and Visham Hanti. Cha Rakta Pitta Sangrahi. So in bleeding disorders, it can be used as Sangrahi. Gulmeshwayatho Hitam Tata. In abdominal gulm, abdominal colicky pain, it can be used. रक्तं पुष्पं मधुरं सतिक्तं कुष्ठ कृमिघ्नं कफनाशनं च. It can be used for treating kushth and krumigna as well. So overall, alark or ark pushpa can be used in or used as vrushya to treat kasashwasa, to treat krumi, to treat arsha, and to treat visha. Likewise, arka, there is one more kshira, that is snuhi kshira, specially used to prepare ક્ષાર સૂત્ર. સ્નુહી પણ આપણે ત્યાં easily available છે. You might have seen in our campus as well or outside the campus. It can be purified with chincha patra ras and dried in sunlight. You might have learned this in Vaishyaja Kalpana to prepare ક્ષાર સૂત્ર. ક્ષાર સૂત્ર બનાવવામાં કોટિંગ કરવામાં આવે સ્નુહી ક્ષીરનું અને ક્ષાર અને હરિદ્રાના अलग अलग कोटिंग करिए अलग अलग लेयर्स ठीक approximately there are 21 layers. So to prepare Kshar Sutra, Snuhi Kshir is very much useful. Next one is Langli. Langli roots are mainly used for Sukha Prasav. Karma is Aparapatan and Sadhya Prasavkar. So since ancient time it is used for Aparapatan. Apara means when a patient is delivering baby, so umbilical cord should be removed as soon as possible from the uterus. So if someone is keeping the roots of Langli in hand, it will come out very easily. Normally it is not used for internal purpose. One should always be careful. So either the powder of root is mixed with water and applied over umbilical region or vagina for Sadhya Prasav, or powder of root is mixed with water and applied over arms and feet. So by any such method, the basic principle is the roots or the powder of roots should be absorbed and it will affect just like oxytocin. The next drug is Karvirya, Karen. The powder of root is used in Upadhansha and Vran externally. There are different varieties of flowers based on color like Shweta, Pitta and Rakta. You might have observed yellow, red and white variety in our campus as well. The most popular formulation is Karviradi Tel. And the last for the group is Ahifen. Ahifen is a wonderful medicine if it is properly used only as medicine. Otherwise, again, like Bhanga, Ahifen is also under Narcotic Act. Papaver somniferum. Family is Papaveraceae and Vishakt Angis Niryas. It contains morphine, codeine and nicotine. Some of the cough syrup contains codeine like Corex, if you know. Recently it is banned in India. Otherwise it was very easily available. Corex cough syrup was containing codeine. I'll show you one interesting video on this and then we'll finish today's class.
Opium is well known all over the world as a source of narcotic drugs like heroin and morphine. Apart from the narcotic drugs, opium products like morphine and
codeine are used in various medicines, analgesics, cough syrups, etc. In traditional Indian medicine also, opium is used in some Ayurvedic medicine. Mandsaur district of state Madhya Pradesh is famous for the cultivation of opium. Department of Narcotics allots license to farmers to cultivate poppy plants and to produce opium for government. Seeds of poppy, locally known as khaskhas, are sowed in the month of November. By February, the poppy plants are fruited enough to yield opium. At this time, farmers do rituals and pray for the good yield, and then collection of opium starts. Two special handmade instruments are used for opium collection, Nakhi and Sarapla. Nakhi is a claw-like instrument made of 3 to 4 pointed blades tied together in such a way that only a sharp point of blade is left bare for incising the poppy. Taking incision over the poppy is an art. Incision is taken in such a way that all four claws equally penetrate into the skin of poppy fruit and full length incision is taken. Superficial incision will not produce enough opium per incision. On the other hand, deeper incision will cut through the skin into a hollow inner chamber. Soon after the incision, a milky latex exudates through the incisions that soon turn pink. After some time, the exudates turn brownish, and in a few hours, it becomes brownish black, thick material ready for collection. Each poppy is incised 3 to 4 times on the interval of 2 to 3 days. The time of collection is carefully chosen so that the opium is not spoiled by rain or dew. Usually, on a sunny day, incisions are taken in afternoon and the exudates are scraped next day early morning. The instrument used for scraping the opium is called sarapla in local language. It is the handmade spatula used to scrape out the darkened exudate the next day. Opium thus collected in this spatula is collected and dried in trails. After drying, its net weight reduces. From 1000 square feet harvested land, 7 kg raw opium is obtained. This opium is collected by Department of Narcotics of Government of India. The poppy in local language is called doda. The poppy fruit so remained after opium collection are left to ripe and dry up. The seeds of poppy obtained from doda are called khaskhas. Poppy seeds are edible and are used in spices. The poppy seed does not contain any opium or narcotic component and can be safely and generously used in foods. The dried fruit skin of poppy after removal of poppy seed is traded under the control of Department of Narcotics. This dried skin of poppy is called doda chura. It contains a small amount of opium. The farms are regularly inspected by government officers. The farmer is bound to give specified minimum yield of opium to government. In case of submission of lesser amount of opium, the license is cancelled. After the collection date, nobody is allowed to keep stock of opium with them. Farmers make fencing to protect their crop. The farming of opium is a tedious job. All procedures require a lot of skilled labor. Further, the yield of opium is on the mercy of nature. This miraculous opium
So what we see is what we saw that the ahifen is collected deep brownish ઘન જેવું જે ભેગું કરેલું હોય that ahifen is dissolved in pure water and then filtered with clean cotton cloth and then it is boiled with godugdha till proper purification. Such ahifen procured by above method is levigated with ardrax forest for 7 days, and then it is used for different medicinal purposes. The ras is tikta, karma is nidra janan, it is grahi and vedana shaman. So it is used for treating nidra, atisar, antrashul, etc. Some of medicines available in our OPD like Nindrodai Ras, it contains afim. But nowadays, because of so much of government restrictions, the medicine available in our OPD does not contain opium. It is Nindrodai Ras without opium. One more popular formulation is Ahifenasav. But again, Ahifenasav is not easily available. Contraindications are Bala Vruddha, Madhumeha, Sheath Visuchika, Shleshmaj Kas, Vrukshot, etc. according to Rastarangini. If anyone is interested to learn more about the efficacy and usefulness of Vishadravya, this is the link of a very interesting article written by our Sushant sir. So this was a kind of introduction to or detailed introduction to Upavisha Dravya. I hope you guys understood it properly. If you still have any questions, you can ask your questions. બધા જાગે છે કે સૂઈ ગયા છે? ઉઠી જાઓ બધા. ક્લાસ પૂરો થઈ ગયો. Okay, I am stopping the meeting now.